this meeting without any disturbance, I request every one of you to turn off your cell phone or switch it to silent mode. Your cooperation is highly appreciated. Thank you. The mission of Gavel Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. To proceed further in this meeting, we have an energetic, empathic, and efficient Cavalier who is student of Al Hussein International School, a proficient public speaker, an able leader, and a good friend. Yes, fellow Toastmasters and Cavaliers, please help me welcome to the new lectern with thunderous round of applause our club president, Cavalier Geesha Sridhar.
Thank you very much, Cavalier Shanmuka. We all hear this from our teachers and parents all the time. Learn from your mistakes. Smart people learn from their mistakes, but wise people learn from others' mistakes. If you or I make a mistake, it could affect us, only us, and we can probably correct it quickly. But what if our nation's leaders make mistakes? A small mistake can affect the future of our country or could negatively affect our entire population. We can't afford it. Nobody can't afford it. This is where the leaders have to be wise and well-informed. I'm sure most of you must have got the point. I'm coming to the importance of reading. Why is reading so important? As students, we face a lot of challenges. Our learning in school is limited to our academic topics. The academic topics are selected by the authorities considering the common interest of that state. But there's a huge opportunity to learn beyond the academics. In today's digital era, we can find books from anywhere in the world in our fingertips. It gives us insights into the field outside our own experience and helps us apply in different ways. It helps us improve our awareness of the world around us. It helps us to learn from the mistakes of others. Helps us to get inspiration from the great leaders and whatnot. Harry Truman, the former US president, once said, "Not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers." Reading is knowledge. Books are filled with them. The more you read, the more knowledge you acquire. But wait, reading is not about just getting knowledge. It's about transforming lives. It's about transforming you into a better person and to a better leader. We have great examples in our own nation. Our former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir, was one of the greatest leaders and a great reader. I couldn't agree more with what Margaret Fuller said. If you are a leader, if you want to be one, you have to read. It's not a bonus. It's an absolute requirement. You cannot grow in your leadership without learning from others. That requires reading. So dear Cavaliers, let me conclude my words. If you would like to become a successful leader, start reading today. And from my knowledge, here's one book that I would recommend to you, the autobiography of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Moving on to our educational session today, help me welcome a very talented and hardworking Cavalier, Cavalier Niharika, to be the Cavalier of the day for meeting number 2 of Mind Academy Gavel Club, with a thunderous round of applause.
Thank you very much, Madam President Divya, for that exceeding pleasing introduction. Respected Toastmaster and fellow Cavaliers, a warm welcome and good evening to all of you. I really appreciate your presence to the second meeting of Mind Academy Gavel Club's meeting. Let us start with the inspiring story of a young boy named Hamad. There was a boy named Hamad. He was very humble and good-natured boy. He impressed everyone with his knowledge, grasp of vocabulary, and language skill. When someone asked him how a boy of his age could have such a great amount of knowledge, he would tell them that he was passionate about reading, and whenever he got time, he spent it all on reading various books. Despite such ability, he was not at all good in his academics. All his teachers wonder about how boy having manners in electant was not good in studies, as he always scored the least in class and sometimes even failed. The academic year was about to end, and one of his teachers wanted to make Hamad realize the importance of academics and doing well at the school, beside of his passion of reading. One day at recess time, the teacher called Hamad in his office and told him how carelessness towards academics could lead him to fail in exam, and he would repeat the year. Reading books other than academic ones is good to boost your language skill and knowledge, but everything needs a balance, which Hamad failed to meet. Hamad seemed to understand that school books and assignments deserve first attention, which he had never done so far. Thus, he promised his teacher that he would now give first priority to his studies, then to other things. From then onwards, Hamad started studying at home, and only when he needed break, he would pick up the other book to read, thus making a balance. In the final exam, Hamad did the best and remained positive. On the result day, when the position were announced, everyone became stunned to hear Hamad taking first position in the class. The teachers then told everyone that Hamad came first because he doesn't only focus on academics or other books he read, but it was because the balance between the both. The position holder were given awards, and Hamad was given an award which read, "Today a reader, tomorrow a leader." I have selected his teacher's word, "Today a reader, tomorrow a leader," as theme of the day. Always remember that the balance between two things is most important thing. And if you succeed in doing this, you will be a greater leader. To conduct tonight's meeting successfully, I have lined up dedicated Cavaliers. Let me introduce each one of the assigned. Grammarian and Word Master. The grammarian and word master for tonight is none other than Cavalier Uddhav. Cavalier Uddhav, could you please come to the lectern and explain your role?
Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So my role is word master and grammarian. My role as the word master is to introduce a new word as the word of the day and explain the same with proper illustration. My role as a grammarian is to listen to all the members and make note of the good and not so good usage of the language. Also note down the use of the word of the day and report the same at the end of the educational session. So today's word of the day is adept. So the meaning of adept is very skilled or proficient at something. So usage of that adept is: he is adept at computer, she is adept at growing roses, she was adept at the fine art of public speaking.
Thank you, Uddhav. General Evaluator. The General Evaluator for today is Gavalier Rohini. I will introduce her in detail later in the evaluation session. However, may I request to please acknowledge your presence and briefly explain your role as General Evaluator.
My role as general evaluator is to observe and evaluate everything from the beginning to the end of the meeting and to lead a constructive evaluation session when called upon to do so. I will wrap up the entire proceedings of the meeting, complementing good practices and indicating the areas requiring for improvement. Over to you, Gavalier of the Day.
Thank you, Cavalier Rohini. Timer. To keep track of time, tonight we have with us Cavalier Anaga. Could you please explain your role as the timer?
My role as a timer is to keep track of the time of the prepared speeches and the table topics and the evaluation. Over to you.
Thank you, Cavalier Anaga. Vote counter. Tonight's vote counter is Cavalier Krishna Promo. May I request you to please acquire your presence and explain your role as a vote counter?
Yeah. My role as the vote counter is to distribute and collect vote at the end of each session. I shall count the votes and declare the results at the end of the meeting when called upon to do so.
Thank you, Cavalier Krishna Pramod. Joke Master. To fill up the session with laughter, we have today Cavalier Anushree as Joke Master. I may request you to acknowledge your presence and briefly explain your role.
As a role of joke master, I'll make the mood of the meeting light up and make you everyone laugh. Thank you.
Table Topic Master. To conduct a very interesting and fun session of table topics, today we have Cavalier Yuvraj Jaiswal as the Table Topic Master.
Hello, can you hear me? Yes. So my role of the table topic master is to prepare a set of interesting and stimulating table topics for impromptu speech session and lead to a lively table topic session when called upon to do so. Over to you.
Table Topic Evaluator. To evaluate and make our table topic speakers best in their speeches, we have Toastmaster Bala sir to evaluate all our table topic speeches. Having introduced all our assignments. Sorry, sir.
Thank you, Madam Jailer of the Day. So my role will be to evaluate the table topic speeches when called upon to do so. Yeah, thank you, and over to you, Madam Jailer of the Day.
Having introduced all assignees tonight, now let us begin the educational session with our prepared speeches. Let us invite our first speaker, Gavalier Kirtana, with the topic, The Long Journey to My Hobby, Reading, and her evaluator, Gavalier Divya Sridhar, with a big round of applause.
Gavile Khitana, you're not audible.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
A good book is the precious lifeblood of a master spirit embalmed and treasured up on purpose to a life beyond life. Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow gamblers, and my dear guests. Today, I'm going to speak about the long journey to my home, reading. When I was very young, I was not at all interested in reading. I used to spend most of my time either watching television or playing with my cat. Instead, I spent a lot of time reading. My mother also had to have sometimes with my mother reading I was speaking to back to my back at once. My sister started reading Harry Potter. The rest of the back up my and I said, like, back I started reading just as so read
Excuse me, Gavalier Kirtana. Is our audio clear to all of you, or is it only my? Sorry for. Okay, I think you're again not.
Yes, it's not clear.
It's not audible, Gavalier Kirtana.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's okay.
Just please don't go back, or else we won't be able to hear you.
Okay. I should use later, right?
I think if you go back, your voice becomes feeble, so you'll have to speak from there itself, Gavalier Kirtana. Be there. If you move back, maybe it's not very audible.
A good book is the precious lifeblood of a master spirit embalmed and treasured up on purpose to a life beyond life. Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow gamblers, and my dear guests. Today, I'm going to speak about a long journey to my hobby, reading. When I was very young, I was not at all interested in reading. I used to spend most of my time either watching television or playing with my cat. My sister spent a lot of time reading. My mother also had the habit of reading. Sometimes, when my mother reads me to stop, I would read it. I would try to go back and Thursday and do something. During also, my sister started reading the Harry Potter series. She read those books. I think she told me for the shop I buy reading. Then I started wondering if I could reading. This my friend tried. Maybe I should try to started reading first of Harry Potter books and then this is the few are reading this book and I thought
Point of order. Is it audible again or still?
Still
Yeah.
not audible, sir. It's
You
not
need
Sir,
to-
it's
clear.
okay in the starting and it's fading away.
Yeah. Maybe you can try with Gavalier Krishnendu's
Device.
device. You both are in the same place, right?
Sir, is it okay if we go to the next speaker until Gavalia?
Yeah, that should be perfectly fine. I think by the time Cavalier Kirtana can set a device, right, and we can come back. Yeah, perfectly fine.
Gavalia Niharika, you can call the next speaker with the evaluator.
Let us invite our second speaker, Gavalier Gisha Sridhar, with the topic Strong Relationships, and her evaluator, Gavalier Krishnendu, with a big round of applause.
It was a cool Friday morning when I and our family were traveling to Bahrain. It was a visual spectacle to see the breakdown of the skies getting lit up. I was able to see a flock of birds, maybe 50 in number, was flying in a long distance. It was a big haul for them, as I could see that they traveled almost 5 kilometers before they could disappear from my vision. I saw them flying in a V-shaped pattern. I was surprised to notice this pattern and asked my dad, why do they form this pattern when each of them are capable enough to fly in the same speed as the other? My dad, with a smile, said, that's a very interesting question. He asked me, what else do you notice? I said that this is the only thing I noticed. I couldn't see anything other than this. He said, notice the middle bird for some time and let me know. I started observing it deeply and noticed that the middle order keeps on changing over a period of time. They were rotating their positions. I told this to my dad, and he appreciated me for this observation. He asked me, Gisha, would you want to know why they keep changing their positions in this order? Yes, Dad, I'm excited to know this. He then said that the middle bird will have the maximum wind resistance, whereas the following ones on either sides have less resistance. Hence, they keep changing their order so that they can have a long haul without getting tired. I was surprised to know this fact, which has a more scientific reason in it. Just before starting to Bahrain, I understood how difficult my mom felt in waking me up early in the morning and keeping on pushing me to get ready, travel soon, cross the causeway with less traffic so that we can reach our favorite hotel to have the delicious breakfast. It was a Herculean task for me to wake up and equally Herculean task for my mom to wake me up. Also, there were differences of opinion amongst us where we go to inside in Bahrain. Arriving at consensus was very difficult. When I compared me with those birds, it made me think over that. In this early morning, who wakes all these birds up? Who keeps an alarm for them to know that this is the time to wake up? And who is the leader among them to decide the place to travel? There seems to be no dispute amongst them, and they follow each other to live in peace and harmony. Friends, these birds teach us a very powerful message. They stay together in harmony, tolerance, acceptance, and total support, and maintain a strong relationship to fight against all the odds of travel. Together, they support each other and make their journey stress-free ones day to day and every day throughout their lifetime. On seeing those birds, I felt a bit shy that if these birds can observe discipline and lead life of principles, why can't I? Why can't we as humans do the same to live in peace and harmony, both inside our house and outside the society? We humans are blessed with compassion and justice. We all wish for global peace, but this cannot be achieved unless we establish a strong relationship within our neighbors, cities, states, and countries. So how to establish a strong relationship? The answer is tolerance. Tolerance is the key to maintain a good relationship, which will ultimately bring global peace. Peace starts from within the family. If a family is not harmonious, it will bring turbulence to the society and have a domino effect to nation and international level. As Adolf Hitler once said, that every war is the outcome of one person's ego. It happens when both of them on no sides are not willing to accept their mistakes and not ready to forgive each other. We have seen many war-torn countries where millions of lives have been lost. Thousands of kids are destituted, made homeless, loss of limbs, and many more. When there's harmony in the world, there's order in the nation. When there's order in the nation, there's peace in the whole world, said by our former president, APJ Abdul Kalam sir. We now live in a global village and feel that we're in one single family. It is our responsibility to bring strong relationship and love from all the corners of this world and live in peace. Every relationship has its own problems, but what makes it perfect is if you still want to be together, even when things go wrong. If we establish a strong relationship, we can definitely attain global peace. Think of those auspicious birds in the future, and you will never be hatred. So, dear leaders, I would like to conclude by saying tolerance is the main key for strong relationship for all of us to live together happily, now and after. Thank you, and back to you, Evaluator of the Day.
Thank you, Cavalier Jisha. Now, dear audience, please cast your votes for the best speaker tonight, keeping in mind the speeches.
Point of order, Cavalier of the Day. We have one more speaker. I think Cavalier Kirtana, she has to repeat a speech because she was not able to complete.
Let us invite our prepared speech speaker, Cavalier Kirtana, and her evaluator, Cavalier Divya, with a big round of applause.
A good book is the precious lifeblood of a master spirit, embalmed and treasured up on purpose to a life beyond life. Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Gavaliers, and my dear guests. Today, I'm going to talk about the long journey to my hobby, reading. When I was very young, I was not at all interested in reading. I used to spend most of my time either watching television or playing with my cats or my sister. My sister used to spend a lot of time reading books. My mother also has the habit of reading books. Sometimes, when my mother is reading a book sitting on the couch, I would go near her and peek into the book she's reading. I would try reading a few lines too. But owing to the fact that I'm reading from the middle of the book, I won't understand anything. So I would stop reading and do something else. Once, during our summer vacation, my sister started reading the Harry Potter series.
She read those books with too much passion that she used to scold me for interrupting her while reading. Then I started wondering, why is she so interested in reading? Is reading this exciting? Then I decided, maybe I should try reading. I started reading the first book of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I read the first page of it and didn't understand anything. I didn't give up. I continued reading. A few weeks later, I hardly read 15 pages. I used to read really slow, yet didn't understand anything that I read. I did understand bits here and there, but it wasn't even close to what the content in those pages were. So I again gave up reading because of the boredom I felt. One day, when I was in our school library during library period, I came across a book named Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare. Actually, the book that I got wasn't the original version of it. It was the illustrated kids' version of the book. It was a small book. Library period was for just 40 minutes, and within that time, I could only read a few pages of the book. After library period, I came back to my class, but my mind was still on that book. I was curious. I wanted to know the rest of the story. Every year, our school conducts a book fair where we can buy books. During that year's book fair, I searched and found the book Midsummer Night's Dream. I bought it, brought it home, and read it. As it was the kids' version of the book, it was easy and enjoyable. I liked the book a lot. Once, my sister bought a book written by Sudhamurthy. She read it and liked it a lot that she started buying more books written by Sudhamurthy. She used to tell me stories from those books, and I liked it a lot. One day, when I was at home doing nothing, sitting there idle, I got an idea. Why not try reading a book? I went to our room, picked a book named The Bird with Golden Wings by Sudhamurthy. The book contains 21 short stories. 21 short, simple, interesting, and enjoyable stories. I took a lot of time to read the book, but I loved the book so much. Then I understood why my sister was so interested in reading. After finishing that book, I knew I could understand books much more easily now. So I decided to restart reading the Harry Potter series. At first, I had some difficulties understanding it, but later it became better. I was able to understand it easily. After finishing the first book of Harry Potter, I continued reading the second book of the set, followed by the third one. Till there, the books weren't too big. Then came the fourth book, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. It was a huge book. It has over 600 pages. I read half of it, but later became lazy and stopped reading again. Just during the lockdown time, so I got carried away with other stuff like playing, arts and crafts and all. Months later, I became curious. I wanted to know the rest of the story of Harry Potter, but I was lazy to read. So I watched the movies. To be honest, I didn't understand anything. So I went to my sister and asked her about it. She told me the whole story. Then I realized reading the books can explain a lot more than watching the movies. Then, even though I knew the whole story, I read the rest of the series, starting from the fourth one, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, till the seventh one, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. This time, I left behind my laziness. That laziness was the one thing that was holding me back all along. It was the laziness because of which I was a slow reader. This time, I read the book passionately, without being lazy. Then I read it, the 600-page book, within 1 month. After finishing the whole series of Harry Potter, the 7 books of it, I continued reading many other books. Eventually, reading became my hobby. Dear friends, never give up reading. Reading can give you a lot of knowledge. Reading can entertain you anytime, anywhere, just like what Garrison Keillor said. A book is a gift that you can open again and again. Thank you. Over to you, Evaluator of the Day.
Thank you, Cavalier Kirtana. Dear audiences, please cast your votes for the best speaker tonight, keeping in mind the speech's objective.
Point of order, Gavelier of the day. I think as we have only 2 speakers, I think both can be adjudged as the best speakers, and I think we can move on with the session.
Okay, sir. Now it's the time for the most exciting part of our meeting, the table topic session. To conduct tonight's table topic session, we have a very dedicated Cavalier Yuvraj Jaiswal. Let's see what he has stored in for us tonight in the table topic session. He is very creative person who adds bit of his personal touch in everything he does.
Thank you, Gavelier of the Day, for inviting me with such a warm welcome. So, let's get right to it. To start off, why table topics? Table topics help us to improve our quick thinking skills. We are all storytellers. We just need to let that flower blossom. When was the last time you took a moment to think and analyze your surroundings, to be in the present? Well, today you get a chance to do so. In this session, you get time to think about the topic and assemble your thoughts. The topic is just a piece of the puzzle. You have to assemble your thoughts around the puzzle and turn it into a beautiful piece of art. I know that most of you are aware of the rules, but I will explain it once more to be clear. After you receive your topics, you will get some time to arrange your thoughts. The timer will indicate green at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute and 30 seconds, red at 2 minutes. After the timer has shown red, it will stay as red until you are done. And any time above 2 minutes and 30 seconds will be disqualified. Over to you. Wait, when does it start? May I share the screen? I'm not able to share the screen. Yes. Is the screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Yes. All right, it's time to start the table topic session. Today we will have 5 amazing and brave volunteers. The first topic is, what would you do if you are being chased by a fridge? Just imagine and think about it. Do we have any volunteers? Okay, it seems to be that there aren't any volunteers, so I might have to pick out the speakers by myself. All right, let me call upon one of the greatest speakers I know, Gavlia Divya Shikar. Would you like to attempt the table topic?
Yes, I would like to, but I am the evaluator for a speaker, Gavile Kirtana.
Okay, let me choose again then. How about Gavlia Taiba?
Yes.
Do you want to attempt the table topic shown on screen?
Can you please repeat? What are you saying?
Would you want to attempt the table topic that is shown on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, you will get some time to think about it. The timer can start.
Can you please repeat?
You will get some time to think about it. Your topic is, what would you do if you are being chased by a refrigerator?
Okay.
Think about it and create an imaginary scene.
Being chased by a fridge is a bit too weird, but we always get scared by all those horror kind of things. Fridge can take you inside and you would be froze inside. So being chased is a fridge. I think that it will be like we have to run away while it will be just jumping over and over. You can get smashed by the fridge and it will, we all know that it's so heavy. I will be just simply running away and I might just hide somewhere back of a tree or something so that I won't get smashed by that big massive fridge. The fridge, I don't really want to get frozen in that big fridge. So it's better if I keep running or hiding. And that I think that those are the only two options left.
Great attempt at imagining such a weird thought of a fridge running towards you. Is there any volunteer who wants to volunteer before I show the second table topic? I want to make it a surprise. Is anybody ready? Okay, let's head on. One second. So do we have any volunteers here?
Can I tell them?
Can you repeat?
Can I take that topic?
Sure. Here we have Gavlia Krishnadu.
Kirtana.
Your topic is, when was the last time you embarrassed yourself in public?
Good evening, everyone. Now I'm going to talk about the table topic. When was the last time you embarrassed yourself in public? If I tell them, that was in 2021, December. After 1 year of lockdown and all, 2021 December, we had the offline Christmas program, and I was there for a dance. Actually, I was planning for a group dance, but when I asked to all our classmates, They only one of them replied to me that they are willing. Then only two of us were there, and we went to stage. That day, a lot of children and teachers were in front of us. We were on the stage. That time, we were standing there. They asked to stand there on the stage, and the music wasn't yet connected to the school speaker. And we stood there for a long time, and I was so embarrassed. Then we went back to the backstage and told us that we'll come to the stage later when the music is connected. After all the program, ours was the last because that's when our music got connected. That time, we did all well till the end of it. When it came to the last part of it, I messed it all up and again embarrassed myself there. That's the last time when I embarrassed myself in front of the public. Thank you.
Great attempt at such a short notice. So I think we will have our next volunteer, whose topic is, when was the last time you imagined yourself in a parallel world? Do we have any volunteers? Shanmukha, Gabriel Sashwat. How about Gabriel Danvi?
Yeah, I would like to speak.
Gabriel Sashwat, the stage is yours.
Good evening to all the Gaviliers. And today, my name is Shashwat, and today my topic is, when was the last time you imagine yourself in a parallel world? And the last time I imagined myself in a parallel world was half an hour ago. I was like, when I heard everyone, all the great speakers today, like how much the skill they have, like there are some excellent speakers here. So I was imagining, like, in the parallel world, I would be so great in sports. I would be a excellent speaker, like, like every Gavilier here, and like I would I would be at the top and like achieve my full potential, and I would be good at sports. Then I would be good at everything else. Then, and like I constantly remind myself that I'm not in the parallel world, because that's the thing you don't want to be. So so
It appears there is some technical glitch. Is it any internet problem? Okay, it seems there was some technical issue there, but great attempt. So now we have our fourth volunteer, and I would
Hello?
like.
Sorry, I got disconnected.
Okay. Would you like to resume, or we can do it again at the last?
No problem.
Okay. So for our fourth paper topic, I have an idea. I will be picking out the last two contestants. Let me try. Okay, so my finger landed on Gabriel Shanmukha Priya. Are you there?
Yes.
I would like to call you upon the stage for attempting the table topic shown on the screen. Your topic is, to which video game would you like to travel to and why?
I don't play many video games, so I only play very few. One video game I would like to travel to is Subway Surfers. I play that game only a lot if I play any video games, because it's like an adventure. It's never ending, no matter how much time you play it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Great attempt. So now for our fifth speaker, I would like to call upon. Can we have a drum roll? I would like to call upon the speaker, Gabriel Rohini.
I would like to do, but you see, I am the general evaluator of the meeting.
Okay. Do we have any volunteers who want to attempt this table topic? It doesn't seem like we are getting any volunteers so far. So I will pick random. How about Gabriel Janvi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Today, my topic is explain the most beautiful place have you been to. I have been to Bali. I have been to Indonesia. In Indonesia, one city named Bali. In Bali, I have been to so many places like Tanah Lot Temple, Monkey Zoo, and all, etc. There is so much of greenery in Bali. It is full of it is Iceland. It is like an island, and
Okay, so we have come to the end of the table topic session. I hope you all enjoyed. I had a great time seeing how the speakers have volunteered to come up by themselves on the stage to speak on such short notices. Over to you, Cavalier of the Day.
Thank you, Cavalier Raj, for conducting the table topic session epidemic. Let us give a thunderous round of applause to the table topic master and table topic speaker. Laughing is a great exercise, they say.
Point of order, Cavalier of the Day. I think we need to take the timer's report for the speakers.
Good evening, everyone. As the timer, I'll be saying the timing of the speakers. The speaker one was Taiba. She spoke for 56 seconds. Speaker two was Kirtana. She spoke for 1 minute 41 seconds. Speaker three was Shaswat. He spoke for 1 minute 40 seconds. Speaker 4 was Shanmuka. She spoke for 28 seconds. And speaker 5 was Janvi. She spoke for 49 seconds. Thank you.
So who are all qualified, Gavalier Anaga?
Gavalier Kirtana and Gavalier Shaswat.
Okay. So I think in that case, again, we don't need to have a voting. Both of them not declared as winners. So you may please go ahead, Gavalier Niharika.
Laughing is a great exercise, they say. So let us all be free to laugh with some hilarious jokes from our great Gavalier, Anushri.
Thank you, Gavalier of the day. A sense of humor is a major defense against minor troubles. Good evening, everyone. I am Gavalier Anushwarul, and today I'm going to tell you some amazing jokes. Joke number one. Teacher, why are you late today? Student, because of the sign down the road. Teacher, what did the sign have to do with you being late? Student, the sign said, school ahead, go slow. Joke number two. Teacher, students, take notes of the homework for tomorrow. Students thinks, if child labor is a crime, then why teacher gives her homework? Joke number three. A dentist told the mother, I am sorry, madam, but I will have to charge you $100 for pulling your boy's tooth. The mother exclaimed, $100? You told only $20. Yes, replied the dentist, but he yelled so loudly that he scared four other patients out of the hospital. The last and the final joke. This question comes from the heart of every student around the world. If a single teacher cannot teach us one subject, then how could we accept a single student learn all the subjects? Do you agree? Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Gavalier Niharika.
Yes. With a big round of applause, let us invite our general evaluator who is always up for challenge. The smile on her face never goes down. Gavalier Rohini, the great evaluator. Gavalier Rohini, the virtual lectern is all yours.
Gavalier of the day, fellow Gavaliers, and respected Toastmasters, a very warm good evening to you all. I am Gavalier Rohini Samantha, the General Evaluator of today's meeting. The evaluation session is very important for this meeting as constructive feedback of the whole meeting is provided in this session. Effective and constructive feedback helps individuals to understand what they did well and what they could do better. It is a key tool for improving both individual and team performance. To evaluate the first speaker, we have a dynamic evaluator who is currently studying in class 9 in Al Hussein School, Al Jubail. And our hobbies are playing badminton and table tennis. Please help me welcome Gavalier Divya to evaluate Gavalier Kirtana's speech.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Today, a reader, tomorrow, a leader. A wonderful speech delivered by Gavalier Kirtana. It was a marvelous speech and a great message for all the Gaveliers that reading is such an important habit that we all should follow. So, for starting with your speech, you gave a quote about book, which was very appealing to the audience, and you grabbed your attention in your speech. Moving on, I should say that you have an apt background with your speech because your background is of books and your speech is of books as well. So that was wonderful. And moving on, your story was so interesting, and the way that you explained it to the audience was so good that everyone was very curious on what happened next. And I should say, personally, I too related with you. With all the incidents, I could easily relate, and I'm sure that most of the Cavaliers here as well. Now, next is the wonderful message, as I said, a very important and a right message for all the Cavaliers on the importance of reading books. Now, having said that, I have a few recommendations, and of course, every speech has a room for improvement. So I have two recommendations for your speech. The first is stage movement. So first of all, you were standing in one position of your speech. So it could be better if you would have moved to your right or to your left side as you're moving with your speech content as well. So it would be better for the audience to see the speaker, instead of standing in one position, if the speaker is moving throughout the screen, that would have been better. And next was the abrupt conclusion of your message. Though you gave a wonderful message about reading books, and you also gave a clear explanation of your story, but the message was very short, though it was very clear to the audience as well. But you could have elaborated more on the message than on elaborating on this story of your speech. So these are my recommendations, and I hope you follow my recommendations to be a better speaker in your future projects as well. And thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. And I request everyone to follow the message of Gavelier Kirtan as well, to keep reading books. Back to you.
Thank you, Gavelier Divya, for the detailed evaluation. To evaluate the next icebreaker speech, we have an enthusiastic evaluator who is currently studying in class 10 in Bhavan's Vidya Mandir, and our hobbies are drawing and reading. Please help me welcome Gavelier Krishnendu to evaluate Gavelier's Gisha speech.
Good evening, Gaveliers and Toastmasters. So today I'm going to evaluate Gavelier Gisha's speech. First of all, I would like to give her a round of applause for her wonderful speech, which was really inspiring. And also, I would like to draw some inspiring messages from your speech. Harmony, tolerance, and acceptance were the most catchy elements from your story about flying birds and that you have observed in your daily life. It's also interesting for me to observe the way you learn from your family, especially when your father encouraged your curiosity. Also, you made this speech very enjoyable for the audience by bringing life experiences, so we could learn more and we can relate it. Also, you well connected the story of the birds with the human lives. You also tried to draw a contrast between human beings and the flying birds, also how the way it's done. And I would like to add something. It's like the way you address the audience, the way you tell them the message, it's really inspiring, and we would like to hear like what is going to happen next. It's so inspiring. And also you were emphasizing on tolerance, which you said is the key to maintain good relationships. And also the quote at the end of your speech by APJ Abdul Kalam side, so inspiring. And also, I just have one suggestion to like make the speech a bit more clear, because at the beginning of the speech, I was not able to make what you were telling. So it is the only area of improvement I would like to add. Overall, it was a very good speech. Congratulations. Over to you, Gavelier Rohini.
Thank you, Gavali Krishnendu, for the constructive evaluation. Now it's time for the table topic evaluation. The evaluator is elegant, amiable, and ardent. He is none other than Bala sir. Sir, the virtual podium is yours now.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, Gavalier Rohini, for giving me this opportunity and that elevated introduction as well. Kind of you to do so. Thank you. First of all, heartfelt congratulations to the table topic master for bringing in a very interesting set of questions. Really cool to start off with a fridge, and then it went on to some critical thinking aspects, and it covered varied zones, I would say so. So first of all, kudos to the table topic master for bringing in such a nice idea, if I have to say so. And also one humble suggestion and request to all the assignees who are going to take forward the role of table topic master is to just confirm with the agenda. So reading the agenda is a good habit to do so as well. So doing so, what can help you out is to understand who are all the role players. In doing so, what we can do is we can call out the people and the Gavaliers who are not assignees. So that can help the table topic session and much fluent transition. So now let's quickly get into the aspect of the table topic speakers. The first speaker got a very cool topic because it was all about fridge and how it would be if you are being chased as an individual by a fridge. Very unique topic. First time I'm coming across such an interesting topic, and very bravely attempted. She portrayed a scenario as if she's going to get scared, and she's going to get hide herself from it. So that's a very interesting way of approaching that topic. Putting yourself in that shoe, visualizing, helping the listener to understand that you're getting scared because even of this thought. I was expecting more because you built it up in such a way that it was kind of a mystery or a story which you're bringing into the audience image. But all of a sudden, you just stopped it after that. What do you say? Getting behind that tree. So one humble suggestion to you, Gavalier Taiba, is extend, elaborate to excel. Remember this. When it comes to table topics, extend, elaborate to excel. Be on the topic. The second recommendation to you, Gavalier Taiba, is you got a funny topic. So as they say, not only in singing, be it in table topics, when you got a lighter and a very funny topic, probably you would have smiled more. So that adds up to the whole story narration which you were doing. So good attempt. You were courageous. You had a personal experience shared right there. So those are the things which you can hold on to going forward. So the second topic caught my complete attention. Probably as a speaker, as a Toastmaster, had it been given to me, your embarrassing moment for the last time, probably I would not have attempted the topic. But kudos to Gavalier Kirtana. She was brave enough to attempt the topic. And embarrassment which you faced in the recent past, she was very confident. As they say, if you don't admit to your mistakes, you will never grow in life. Great spirit there expressed, Gavalier Kirtana. And the other thing which I liked about your speech delivery was you stood up and delivered. That showed your confidence in expressing your thoughts, and you stuck onto the topic, how the whole transition happened during that particular moment. And one humble suggestion to you, Gavalier Kirtana, is probably you could have extended. What was that lesson out of it from that? And if you had transferred that message to the audience, that would have summed up that powerful table topic delivery. Just you understand certain things from that embarrassment, but what was that? If you have explicitly expressed, probably that would have summed it up all. So the third one was quite interesting, and I thought it was even way beyond even a comprehension for myself. So I was very fascinated to listen from Gavalier Shashwat, because it was a very unique type of a topic, parallel world. I took some time to even understand what a parallel world was, but it was brave of you, Shashwat, to come forward and attempt such an very unique topic and to come out with a parallel world, how you want to be good in everything you do, be it in sports, be it in public speaking, and putting yourself in a parallel world and traveling along with that was something which is very confident of you as a speaker. That is something which I liked in your approach as a table topic speaker. But again, the same recommendation what I gave for Gavalier Taiba, I will bring it to you as well, partly. Extend, elaborate to excel. Because there was a dream which you were setting through. So the dream was good. How you're going to translate those dreams into action? If you have brought in that aspect, and if you have recommended some tips and tricks for the other Gavaliers and all the individuals over here, that would have properly summed up your table topic attempt. The fourth topic was, what would be the video game you would be into? Gavalier Shanmuga Priya attempted bravely, and she very well confessed that she is not a video game player or a video game fan. But having said that, she very positively attempted. That is again a classic example. Not all days you will have choices and topics of your own convenience, but still, when given a chance, given a choice and opportunity, try to make the best out of it. You started off with a Subway Surfer. Why you liked it? Probably the point is, we all very well know in a table topics, you have to talk for a minimum 1 minute, and then it has to go till 2 minutes and 30 seconds. What we have to do is, we have to make sure, are we doing justice? You started off very nicely, but then all of a sudden, you closed it off. You could elaborate and extend with your experience. What did you like in Subway Surfer? You said that there is no end to it. How this no ending game keeps you interested, or how it did not engage you further. And then how getting involved with games is either going to help us in life, or it is not going to help us in life. How is it going to drain our time? Probably if you have added all these points, that transfers as a message, not only to your speech, but also a life lesson for all the listeners. Probably that is something which you can keep in mind. Try to attempt. First, think for 15 seconds, what is that I'm going to talk? What is my beginning aspect? What is the main content I'm going to share? What is the lesson I'm going to give it to the others? And how is that I'm going to close? 15 seconds, quickly, if you sum it up in your mind, you start talking, then it will help you in delivering a proper table topic speech attempt. The last topic was, what was the best place, beautiful place you have been in the recent past? Great attempt, started by Cavalier Janvi. She started about the Bali experience in Indonesia. I have never been to Bali. When you started narrating about that places you started to, you visited last time, I was looking forward. At least I could have imagined what was those places. Then all of a sudden we missed your contact, probably a technical glitch, or probably ran out of options. I'm not sure about it. But the point is, extend and explain. It could be just one place, but that one place you would have been for 1 day. 1 day is 24 hours. 24 hours, you can extend as much as possible for just 2 minutes and 30 seconds. If you have elaborated more, then it would have helped us to understand why that place was beautiful in your mind. So again, the common message to all the Gavaliers is, extend, elaborate to excel when it comes to table topics. And also, when you're sharing your experience, what was the lesson out of that experience, and how that can be helpful, and how it can be adopted by other Gavaliers and other Toastmasters. You can keep all these points in your mind, for sure the table topics are going to get more interesting than what we had today. So with that note, it was a great table topic experience. As I said, very intriguing questions as table topics today. So keep improving, keep growing. Thank you for the opportunity, and back to you, Madam General Evaluator Gavalier Rohini.
Thank you, sir, for the informative and helpful feedback. Now, I would like to invite the Wordmaster and Grammarian. He is a diligent Cavalier. He studies in class 7 in IIS Japan. His hobbies are playing football and guitar. Please help me welcome Gavalier Dhav to come to the virtual podium.
Point of order, Madam General Evaluator. Looks like Gavalier Uddhav is not there in the meeting.
Okay, sir. And sir, for the timer's report, the icebreaker speech timer report wasn't given. So shall I ask Gavalier Anagha to give the timer report?
No, there is no election voting for the speeches, right?
Okay.
So is there any disqualification there in the timing?
No, sir.
Okay, then it's fine.
Okay, sir. Now it is my turn to evaluate the overall proceedings of the meeting. Today's meeting is an extraordinary one, and I enjoyed it. I appreciate the sergeant at arms did a good job by arranging the meeting and by creating a perfect ambience. All the assignees were properly introduced, and we heard speeches which were delivered eloquently. The timer performed her role diligently. The TT session and the evaluation session was interesting, but I only have one humble recommendation. That is, the meeting was started a bit late. Otherwise, this meeting was very nice. Thank you, Vice President of Education, for giving me this opportunity. Over to you, Gavalier of the Day.
Fellow Gavaliers, stepping into the shoes of Gavalier of the Day was a memorable experience for me. I have enjoyed being your Gavalier of the Day tonight and hope you all had a very enjoyable session. I express my sincere gratitude to our VP Education, Gavalier Divya, for giving me this wonderful learning opportunity. How high you want to go, that is determined by you. No one can dedicate your attitude. Take the complete control of your mind. Shy away from the negative thoughts. Keep trying and take charge of your own destiny. Thank you, and over to you, Madam President.
Point of order, Gavalier Niharika. The vote counter hasn't been called yet.
I think we don't have any votes like
We'll be
casted.
displaying the certificates anyway. Please call the vote counter.
Okay. I would like to call Gavalier Krishna Promote as the vote counter for the day.
Good evening, fellow Gavaliers, Toastmasters, and my dear friends. Today, I'm going to be announcing the winners of the votes. This certificate is for the best speaker of the day, Gavalier Kirtana. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This certificate is for the best speaker of the day to Gavalier Gisha Sridhar. Best table topic award speaker is goes to Kirtana, Gavalier Kirtana. This is the best table topic speaker again for Shashwat. Best evaluator, Gavalier Divya Sridhar. Gavalier Krishnendu, you won the best evaluator award again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, vote counter and Gavalier of the day, Gavalier Niharika and Gavalier Krishna Pramod. It was a great session and a great evening done today. All the speakers did a great job. The table topic speeches were awesome. Good job by all the signees. We enjoyed today's meeting. Thank you very much for taking part and supporting each other for today's event. And the hard work of all the Gavaliers was expressed today in today's meeting. Good job by all of you. Thank you very much. And please help me welcome Murli Krishnan sir to express his words.
Thank you, Madam President, for the opportunity. Madam President, Gavaliers, co-founder of Mind Academy, Toastmaster Bala, and other guests. Good evening once again. So first of all, let me place on record my heartfelt congratulations for you all, Gavaliers. You have completed meeting number 2, I would say, in grand style. It was like, even though it was just meeting number 2, it sounded as if we are, into like 50 plus or 100 plus meetings. So all of you did a great job. The preparation and the planning process was so good. Agenda was circulated well in advance. Most of the assignees, or I would say almost all the assignees, were there on time. And even the topics very well gelled with the theme of the day. I guess the theme was about reading, and President had a grand opening with respect to the theme. Gavalier of the day aligning her theme with the presidential address, that was well aligned. And we also have one speaker talking about the same theme. So that was the theme getting reiterated again and again. And theme itself was indeed great about reading, and which is very important. Reading brings a lot of information, helps you to transform yourself. As President rightly mentioned, reading is one thing that helps you to transform yourself to be great and successful leaders. So start reading, as she mentioned in her presidential remarks. Preparation was grand, and I'm so happy that we completed our second meeting in a grand style and looking forward for more. But yes, there are areas where we need to improve. One is like, once we have taken a role, we have to be dedicated to the role. We need to, it's not just, I always say this, it's a process that transforms you. So today, I think if our VP Education is going to announce the assignees, it's our role to go through the process, understand what it is till the next meeting. So this process, if you're not going through this process, then there is no transformation. So my request to all of you is to go through the transformation process so that we can professionally manage it in a much, much higher scale. So every meeting, we need to go one notch up. So my request to all assignees is, ensure that you are available. We don't want, you to take roles and on that day, one or two we can understand, but ensure that you are available fully well to execute that role in a grand way. So the process is very important. Whether you are a speaker or whether you are any assignee, go through it. Come to us if you want to know more about it. Your script, prepare your script. It's not necessary that you have to go through the same script which is already handed over to you. You can bring in your changes, you can bring in your innovation in the script. Come to me, come to Balangal, come to our president or VP Education or any of the executive member to see whether this is okay or not, so that we can execute it in a grand way. So that's message number 1 for all of you. And especially those of you are assignees, please try to log in just 5 minutes or 10 minutes before time. So it's not really good to be on time. Yes, we need all of you to be on time, but I would say especially those who are assignees, please log in 5 minutes or 10 minutes before, so that this helps us to talk to each other and get to know each other. Those casual chattings will help us to build a better bonding between ourselves and be good members of this club. And also, keep your videos and on, especially when you are speaking to the fellow members, right? When you are called to announce something, please keep your videos on and have the virtual background on. I would say that you keep it always on. I understand that there could be instances where we want to switch it off. That's perfectly fine, but keep it on and have the virtual background. That's the standardization that brings in, right? That's why we have designed it. So please give respect to the person who made it for all of us. So use your virtual background, use the virtual background that we have. Keep the videos on, especially when you are speaking, because in communication, you need to be visible. Without seeing you, there is no communication. So I request you ought to please keep your videos on and the virtual backgrounds on. Also, especially the transitions, what I found was we need to be a bit more energetic while during transitions. The handing over process. I understand it's just meeting number 2. Whatever I am telling here is for us to enhance it further, us to improve further, and make it more professional as we look from outside. So transition needs to be more energetic, more swift. We don't need to waste time, handing over one. And also, it's also kind of like when you are handing it over, please announce it. Just don't, abruptly stop your session and then don't expect somebody will take it. Since from beginning till end, we have Cavalier of the Day, we have General Evaluator, we have TT Master. Why we have that? Because it is like transition. One person will hand it over to another one, the other person will hand it over to the third one, assignees will hand it over back to the. So it's a transition process. So once you complete your segment, please hand it over. Don't abruptly stop, because abruptly stopping it, it's kind of standstill for the whole meeting. So that is also one thing. All these things that I'm telling is for all of us to learn the etiquettes of communication and leadership. So I think that could be taken well. And one more thing, I really appreciate our timer. I mean, when the timer started off the timing, she didn't have the virtual background, but somewhere in between she tried to get it and then started doing it from the TT segment onwards. But my humble suggestion will be like, let us have a standard template. I think we have all the standard templates available. So see, this is the thing. When you are assigned as a timer or for any particular role, ensure that you have the minimum things available to run the show. So this is the learning that you go through. Every role, you be a word counter, be a surgeon at arms, be a timer, be a tally counter, whoever it is, there, even whatever role it is, there are many things to learn from it. So let's go through the process so that we'll be able to do it in a grand way. Kudos to TT Master, who brought great topics, thought-provoking topics, and Balangla has taken all of us through his evaluations about how to attempt it and all. I'm not going to go deep into it. So wish you all the very best. Once again, I thoroughly enjoyed meeting number 2 and looking forward for a much greater experience in meeting number 3. Thank you for the opportunity, Madam President, and back to you.
Thank you very much, Murli sir. We'll surely focus on the points to be noted. And please help me welcome our co-club founder, Toastmaster Bala sir.
Thank you, Madam President, for giving me an opportunity. Good evening, Cavaliers and my mentor, Murli Krishnan sir. And it was an energetic meeting today to start with. We all understand it was a brief vacation period out here. But having said that, amidst that vacation period, there was power-packed speech. So off the lot, if I have to say, the highlight was the 2 prepared speeches. It was very persuasive. It made a lot of sense. And it was as good as any international speech, even in a contest forum, can have. So kudos to both the speakers, Cavalier Kirtana and Cavalier Gisha. All the very best, and equally backed up by a very inspiring evaluation by Cavalier Krishnendu and Cavalier Divya Sridhar. So I think that is setting up the stage for the other Cavaliers to catch up with them. So the table topic sessions were good, but there has been a lot of scope for improvement as far as the attempts were concerned. So having said that, it was a great session. Good bit of lighter moments sprinkled in by the joke master, Cavalier Anushri. Good attempt. So that is a great innovation which is happening around. So keep it. Last week it was Cavalier Taiba who gave it a lot of lighter moments with our joke session. This time it was Cavalier Anushri. Keep this momentum going on with creative aspects. And as rightly said by Murli sir, there are some areas to improve, because I remember before the inaugural session we had a dry run. So we are a very new team. So one humble suggestion is, probably if time permits and if every assignee is available, I would request the Exicom to check whenever in that week before the meeting to have a quick dry run with all the script and other things. So thereby that part is tested, at least for the initial set. So thereby we are all aware how the transition should be done. And also coming this Monday, we have our Mind Academy Toastmasters Club meeting. So I request all the Cavaliers who are free and available to join the session to understand how the translation is done at a Toastmaster level. It's all about mutual sharing and learning. So Monday, if you're free and available, the session will be starting at around 6:15 Saudi time. You can just join and see how in a Toastmaster forum that handing over thing is done on a virtual platform.
Sir?
Yes,
Sir, will the link be provided in the group?
Yes, we will share the meeting link for Monday in the Gavel Club group. You can join to understand how that particular transition is done. So as Murli sir said, like, once you abruptly hand over and stop, then what happens? Like, nobody knows who's owning that particular moment. So and in an offline session, it's still okay. On an online session, it becomes too difficult to handle. So it was great session. So continue this inspiring speeches and own that particular assignment which you're taking up. So that's it. All the very best. Great beginning, but the momentum has to be kept intact, so thereby we move in and write our own future. Back to you, Gavalier Gisha, Madam President. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Bala sir, for all your words and suggestions. We'll surely follow them as well. Now it's time to call our Vice President Education. Please help me welcome Gavalier Divya Sridhar.
Thank you very much, Madam President. And once again, good evening to all the Gavaliers. And I'm sorry for taking a few minutes of our meeting time, but it is a notice for all the Gavaliers so that we could have a wonderful session for our future meetings. So as the Vice President Education, my role, I'll just brief you about it. I will be assigning all the Gavaliers about their roles and responsibilities so that we'll have a clear meeting every time. So I have planned that for all the Gavaliers, I will be allotting a chart. So as all the Gavaliers, making sure that all the Gavaliers will experience and play all the roles that we have. So for example, we have 20 Gavaliers. So all 20 Gavaliers will play the role of Gavalier of the day, as well as play the role of a timer. So everyone will play every single role. So that is the main importance that we have given for this chart. So basically, every meeting I will be assigning that this Gavalier should play this role. And after I'm done with that, I will message you personally about which role you will be playing the next meeting. So I'll place that in a head. That will be the end of our meeting. For example, today, in the evening, I will send you a message personally on your role for the next meeting. So you'll be well advanced and be prepared for it. You'll be focused more on what your role is, and you could try and give you more innovation and creativity to your role as well. So today I will inform you which role you will be playing for the next meeting so that you could be prepared and be ready, and no need to face any difficulties, or even if you have any questions, you could ask Bala sir, Murli sir, and even our Madam President. They all will be there for you. So this is my plan. So every Gavalier will play every role, and I will inform you well in advance so that you could have a clear and a smooth meeting we could have without any disturbances. Next is that I request all the Gavaliers to give a lot of effort and interest in your role, because this chart is formed in a way that when you are, for example, playing the role as the Gavalier of the day. Today, Gavalier Niharika was the Gavalier of the day. And for the next 3 months, she will not be having the role of Gavalier of the day. Because by that time, all the other Gavaliers will be experiencing the roles of Gavalier of the day. So Gavalier Niharika will have the next Gavalier of the day role after around 3 months. So I request every Gavalier to give equal importance, no matter which role it is. You need to give full effort and importance to your role and make sure that you give the best out of it. So I request you to not be distracted. Whenever you're called upon, you should be ready to give your information or present your role. So this is also the main thing. Please give enough importance and effort to your roles, since this role will come after a very long time. So feel free and enjoy doing your role. And that is the main key of this. Moving on, that I will send the roles that you will be doing in the next meeting. In case, I request you all to accept the roles that I'm sending, because if you're wishing, for example, to be the table topic master, but you have been given the role as a general evaluator. Don't think that you want that role and I want this role. Please accept the role, because you will have a chance in our upcoming meetings to take any role that you want. So please accept the roles that I'm sending to you. But in case any emergency is there, please inform that you will not be able to attend the meeting 3 days before. Because please think, in our case, if you are sending the message 1 day before that you'll not be coming for the meeting, we need to assign any other Gabalier to make them be practiced and be ready to present their role. So they also need some time. So if any emergency or in any case that you not be attending for the meeting, please inform us 3 days before. You could inform us personally to Madam President or to me. So we will be informed and we can assign any other Gabalier to play that role. And these are the main things I would like to say to all of you. Let me just brief it once again. So please give enough effort and interest to your role that you're playing, because it will come after 3 months and you won't get that role once again. So enjoy doing it and feel free, be happy when you're doing your role. And this is the only request I would like to give to all of you. So I'll be sending the messages for your next role, even if you are the timer, the table topic master, or even the table topic speaker. I will message you that you will be the table topic speaker for the next meeting. So you could keep practicing about your role, and so that you could deliver it very well in our next meetings. So from our future meetings, we will also have 3 prepared speakers. Not 2, but we'll be having 3 prepared speakers. So we will have all the Gavaliers giving the prepared speech in our meetings. Thank you very much. I hope it is well understood for all the Gavaliers. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Madam President, and back to you.
Thank you very much, Vice President of Education, Gavalia Divya. I'm sure all the Gavaliers, we all will be following what you said. Thank you very much for noting down. So is there anything else to be discussed? Okay, having heard none, thank you very much. And the meeting is adjourned. I would request the ExCom members to stay back. The rest of you, thank you very much for attending.
Great
ExCom members, please stay back.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent meeting, Gavaliers. Wish you all the very best.
Thank you, sir.